My goodness, what it do, folks? What it do? Team No Sleep, Thursday, March. No, goodness, it's in March. November 6th. That's where my brain, that's where my mind is. Welcome to the show. I see some folks already jumping in. John, no, I didn't fall asleep. Yeah, I know I did a pretty extensive show not too long ago, but no, man, I didn't fall asleep. I wanted to, but I didn't. So appreciate you for being here, sir. Brother Stark, good to see you in the building as well. Listen, we starting a little bit early right now. Oh, hold on. Now we official. Senior is here, so the show is official. Appreciate you for being here, sir. Uh, my co-host, the one and only Mr. Montell Allen, will be joining shortly. He is wrapping up some other things, but listen, we start on time. So wanted to start on time and at least uh, say hello to everyone and get the show moving along. You guys who are already family know how we operate here. Those who are maybe new, this is the social impact of sports. Team No Sleep. So we talk about all things surrounding athletics, all things surrounding those that are in that field of occupation and how it relates to all of us outside, to us common folks, right? So, Shirley, be good to see you. Appreciate you for being here two times today. I'm stalling slightly because we got a couple of significant stories that I do want to wait until Montell joins so we can have the conversation around that. I'm hoping that he pops in, but uh, tell me what you guys think about what happened. Well, I've been gone for 14 days. Right, I literally just got back into the country. Was it yesterday? So I don't really know what's been going on. I did watch and see them Dodgers pull it out. So shouts out to my Dodgers. I can talk baseball when Montell's not here because he doesn't like baseball. But shouts out to my to the Dodgers for pulling that one out. Uh, I'm a story guy. I kind of did wish that Toronto pulled it out and actually got something going for them and their city and their franchise. But when you got the hot bullpen in Los Angeles like you do, when you got Mookie Betts out there, it's tough. So they got two in a row. Will they get a third one? It's too early to talk about that. It's too early to start talking about dynasty and all that. Let them revel and enjoy the parade and enjoy the fact that they took it to the sweetest words in all of sports. Game seven. Right? They took it to a game seven and they got another one for the city, another one for the franchise, another one for Magic Johnson. Good Lord, Magic Johnson ain't played a sport in decades. But that man, as you know, part owner of the franchise, so he's got him another ring coming. See, there we go. Where my baseball folks at? Dodgers rule. They pulled it out. I would like to see my Giants do something. I would actually also like to see the A's before they completely wither away. I especially want to see the A's do something relevant within the next season or so because I'm planning on going. Man, I shouldn't be putting all my business out there in these streets, but I'm going to spring training uh, this year coming up. And my goal, my focus is to go to some Oakland A's games to see that crew and see what's going on. So it would be nice for them to do something that they haven't done anything in such a long time. Games hoping certainly said, did I DVR it? No, I didn't DVR it. I didn't record it. I don't have TiVo anymore. But I did catch some of the highlights. I was actually 9 hours ahead where I was in Europe for the last 14 days. So by the time it was actually playing and the game was actually going on, it was the timing was off. But yeah, like I said, I did catch the highlights, and yeah, shouts out to them on that. Um, I want to listen. Let me go ahead and get right into it. Unless you guys got something specific that you want to talk about. Again, I apologize. I'm stalling because I want to get into these stories with both of us so we can have that dialogue as opposed to just a one-to-one conversation. What do you guys have going on? What are your thoughts? What's going on from a sports, from a social impact perspective that you would like me to cover in this brief moment while I'm doing this monologue? There's a ton of things that have happened, and I see everybody coming in from all the different stations and the channels that we're live on. So we are live in all kind of locations. Appreciate everyone joining from there. Listen, all my Twitter folks, you have the capability of leaving a message, and you have a capability of leaving comments. So I see you watching over there. No one's ever left a comment off of Twitter, but there's always a gang of folks that are watching live. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get in anybody's business. Um, let me see here. All right, let's go ahead and do it, man, because I want to be cognizant of folks. Listen, as soon as I start talking about being cognizant of time, my man jumps in over there behind the scenes because I didn't. I wanted to not delay, not mess around, but I wanted to get into some serious types of conversations that we got going on here. I'm just gonna bring him on. He may not eat. Listen, that's it, right there, Marvin. That's what we're gonna get into. That's what we're gonna talk probably the majority of the show about because it matters. And I was honestly for the past 24 hours since a couple of these stories have broken out, I've been checking some of the major news agencies and the major sports outlets. This particular story is nowhere near where it needs to be in terms of above the fold, in terms of the primary thing that's being talked about. There's a whole lot of other madness and a whole lot of other stuff that's being talked about. But when you have a situation like we recently had, we need to talk about that. We need to make sure that that gets addressed. Montel, what's going on with you, man? I did my best. I did my best. Was it David Letterman, my Jimmy Kimmel, my who Jay Leno to do it on my own? But this is a show that matters when we got both folks going. What's good with you, brother?
Oh man, sorry about that, man. I feel like Eddie Kane Jr. running into five
He
heartbeats real quick.
he said,
Uh,
listen, if y'all don't know
got
about
stuck in
that,
got stuck in traffic picking the kids up from camp, man. They stopped everything, so I had to maneuver my way around. So I texted you before, and I was like, man, I'm running
yeah,
late, but
no, no.
but we good. We here now, so it's all good.
Yeah, we here right now. He had a friend, so I didn't go into any of the stories. You know all the stories because I appreciate you for at least bringing up a lot of the dialogue as well. But I wanted to wait to specifically go into it. Uh, just watch the story on the camera. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it right now because folks are chiming in about it and they kind of know um, this thing right
Yeah,
here.
man.
Marshawn Kneeland. The man scored a touchdown. He scored his first touchdown. What's today? 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Marshawn Kneeland, defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys, 24 years old, committed suicide
Yep.
yesterday. Yeah, Wednesday evening, Thursday morning. So around 1 a.m. Thursday mornings today.
Mm-hmm.
Marshawn Kneeland was texting his girlfriend and stating that he was going to end his life. Right? He was going through it.
Yeah.
He literally came from the top of the mountain, right? Again, scoring his first touchdown, even though his team didn't win. But just the fact that he was on that mountaintop and he had done such a great job for the team from a high from that perspective. But something happened between that time and, again, 1 o'clock in the morning today to where young Marshawn decided to get into an altercation, one with the authorities down in Texas, evade the police, got out and shot himself. They found him in a porta pot. They found him in a outside toilet. The
Mm-hmm.
man was texting his girlfriend saying that he reached his limit. He was at a point he was going to end his life. She was trying to get in touch, and she did get in touch with
Mm-hmm.
the Dallas Cowboys. Did get in touch with the sheriff to try to get in front of the situation to try to stop him from doing it. But he still was unfortunately successful with that. This right here, man. I,
Hurts. This one hurts, man.
right, I think that's the word I
Hurts.
was looking for. Right, this one hurts because again, you come from that mountaintop when you did such a pretty cool thing. You were ESPN top whatever score for the week, right? You did something so good that everybody was looking at it for your team, and something happens from that point, 24 hours, 48 hours later, to where you said that you no longer wanted to be here.
Yeah.
What do we do
Um,
about this, man? What do we do about this?
I think, and his girlfriend tried to do the right thing, right? She said he has mental health episodes. This is
Yeah,
one of them. He was going through it, but I think people downplay mental health, especially in our community. They do. We do. Let's just be real. We
yeah,
downplay it. We don't want to address it. We don't pay it enough attention because we're not knowledgeable enough about the whole scenario, the situations. But this is a young man
24.
who, like I said, overcame so many odds, made it to the league. Now he's starting and playing really, really well. So all that superficial things that we talk about, he was accomplishing those things, but he wasn't. Obviously he wasn't happy, and he was going through something. And nothing could stop it. Right? Nothing was there
Mhm.
to stop it. It's sad that he's probably had this kind of pressure on him ever since he was probably in junior high to high school
Yeah.
to college to now in the pros. And the situation didn't get any better. It's actually probably got a little bit worse. Um, we just really need to address it, man. Well, I think you have to talk about the elephant in the room. You really do in these scenarios. People have those situations. They have to do it. No one did anything wrong. No one. Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Dallas knew about it, and they probably tried to accommodate it. His girlfriend knew about it. Was trying to accommodate him at least on the phone via text. What was going on? Whatever we was going through, probably people didn't think it was that severe to them, but it was very severe or very crucial to this man's mental state that made him take his life. My prayers go out to his family. Obviously, his girlfriend. My prayers go out. Can you imagine being on the phone and trying to talk him down and do all these different things, and then as you're trying to do those things, this young man takes his life. Probably someone she was deeply in love with. It's sad all the way around, man. There's nothing, man. There's nothing. When a young person takes their life, man, there's so many questions and not enough answers, and we don't know what to do about
Mm.
it. This one just hurts. This one just really hurts, really bad. I mean,
And you think
it
about
just
it when you go from, and I hate to interrupt, but when you go from someone looking and doing the interview after the game, and, and having kind of
mhm.
that demeanor,
Yeah.
um, you can't judge. You don't know what's going on really behind the scenes with
You,
folks.
you know what? Someone said he's on the Ryan Clark's show. I think Crowder, the linebacker, because
Mm.
he's had mental health issues as well. He said usually the one with the biggest smile on his face or the happiest in the room is the one going through the most mess or going through the most struggle. Um, what's going on in their personal life? Because he said he got to a point where he could put on such a facade to cover up the pain.
Mm.
So I think people that go through mental health issues, they do. They put on a facade, especially when you're in the public eye and everybody praises you. Because I'm sure he's been praised ever since he was a young man. What his football talent, you cover that pain, whatever it may be. I don't know what his personal life was or what he was going through, what made him got him to that point. But you cover that. You do. We cover it now. We're not even in that situation.
Yeah.
If you're in a bad scenario and you're around people, you smile and happy, say everything, yeah, everything's okay. It's not. It's not okay. I'm struggling. I can't cope with this. I can't cope with what's going on in this world. I can't cope with society. I can't cope with my financial situation. I can't cope with all these things. We never talk about those things. We rather just hide it and hide behind that fake demeanor. And obviously, it pushed him to the point where he felt he needed to take his own life. Um, I don't want to hear nobody talk about CTE or any of that stuff, and I don't care if it contributed to it. There was not enough people addressing the elephant in the room
No,
to get past that demeanor, except for his girlfriend, because she knew.
she
His
knew.
girlfriend knew. Whatever she knew, she knew. And she wasn't there. Unfortunately, she wasn't there with him to kind of either calm him down. But whatever he was going through, she was the only one that knew behind that demeanor the pain he was going through. And it's sad, man. It's just sad. This is another. It seems like on the surface a really good person, took their life too soon.
Yeah. I mean, his girlfriend knew, his agent knew, obviously, because she was, she was doing her thing. She was doing her due diligence, right? Get
Yes.
in touch with the Cowboys, get in touch with his agent, saying, listen, he's about to do some things. We want to make sure we can jump in front of this. But folks,
No one, man, you can't.
if
Yeah.
you, if you, man, if you got something that you need to talk about, I got it here on the screen. Three numbers, 988. Dial 988 before doing anything. Call somebody around you as well. 988lifeline.org. Right. Anyone just having emotional, as it says, emotional distress or considering doing something that's final, just reach out beforehand. Reach out. And again, hindsight 2020. We can say all
Yeah.
of this, but man, this is
Well,
just a sad situation right here.
I hope this is a calling call because we talk about it every week.
Yeah.
And people think it's funny. All right, I'm assuming when I say reach out to your loved ones and check up on them, man, I really
Mm-hmm.
do mean that. Like, really, just take time to text or call that person and see if they're okay. That I don't think people realize how much that means, especially to somebody that's going through struggle. When you down and out and you get that text from a friend, man, how you doing, man? Everything okay? If you need anything, let me know. Those words in a text or a phone call mean so much. It can talk that person off that ledge. I was reading the story of a young man that said he was a door-to-door salesman and he knocked on the door of a lady and she was really going through it. She was cussing him out and all that stuff. And then the guy he just said something to make her laugh. Say, man, I hope your day's going good. Blah, blah, blah. And he said that the lady said she calmed down and she told him, she said, I was about to kill myself. So the power of a kind word goes a long way. A power of
Mm.
just checking in on somebody, seeing if they're okay, goes a long way. Just checking in, man, especially on loved ones, especially when those ones are struggling. Just check on them and see how they're doing and ask them and make sure they're okay. If they put up the facade, you still cracking it down a little bit by just saying those kind words and make sure
Yeah.
they're okay.
Yep.
It's cracking that demeanor down. It's touching. I mean, I've been in situations where I talk to someone, they seem so happy, and you say something, you talk to them, and they'll break down crying because the struggle that they're going through. And nowadays, man, we're going through it bad
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. A
Mentally,
lot going on.
people losing their jobs left and right. Economy's bad. People are getting sick. We got a lot of things going on in this world that affect us outside. Can you imagine what's affecting you internally in your family? You never know. Your brother got killed. We don't know what the scenario that tripped them up, but man, just those kind of words can lift somebody's spirits just for a moment, so they don't do anything detrimental to themselves or somebody else.
Yeah. This is not black and white issue.
Nah,
This is not what is it, the blue, red, green, wherever, because we all just voted yesterday. I'm sure y'all did too. But this has nothing to do with that. This is not just a male
like
or female issue. This
this
is
is
just a situation here that, man, I wish someone could have just reached out and grabbed that brother.
yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said when you open it, this one hurts.
Yeah,
This one just kind of it hurts, and and I feel bad for anybody. I mean, I've known kids that I've known in high school, or I didn't know them personally, but I know through connections that they've taken their lives due to
yeah,
situations, issues. Man, it's really, really, really important for you to check on people to make sure they're okay. I don't like we said, we don't know this brother and we don't know his family, but my deepest prayers go out to them because this is going to be one of them tough times. How they're going to heal, And you got to imagine, you talk on the surface. You just got to imagine. He's probably most likely the breadwinner. You know how many people probably depended on him.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm saying that's important, but that is important. He depended, and he probably took pride in taking care of those people,
Mhm.
right? When he's in his right state of mind, taking care of mom and dad, taking care of brothers and sisters, taking care of cousins, taking care of family, taking care of the friends that are around him that to help businesses and all. A lot of people depended on him, and he probably depended on a lot of people. And those people, unfortunately, weren't able to get through that demeanor to make sure he's okay.
Yeah,
You gotta check on your loved ones. You do, friend or family, blood or non-blood, neighbor or non-neighbor. You gotta check on those people to make sure they're okay. And it's just saying the kind of word. Hey man, I just want to see how you're doing. That's it.
If you're
Hey, bro, how you
lazy,
doing?
look.
Yeah,
If you're lazy and you don't want to talk to someone, send a text message. You got the
send a
phone in your
text message.
hand 24 hours a day anyway.
Yeah, send a text message. Send a funny picture or a joke or something. Just something to make them feel good for that moment, man. Because that moment taking your life is like that. It's not. It's quick. If you can stop him on that one moment, man. If he got a text that made him laugh that one moment, that might make him stop not to do something like that.
That could have been enough.
That could have been
Right.
it. I mean, it could be something very, very small that you think is small, but it goes a long way. I make it a habit, man, to check on. I check on people all the time. I just text them, hey man, you good? I heard from you in a long while. I seen you on social media, man. I want to make sure you good. I see you doing your thing, and keep it pushing. It doesn't have to be a long conversation, but
Yeah.
it is a knowledge that you're just checking on them and somebody's thinking about them, and that goes a long way with a lot of people. It does. So, I mean, my prayers go out to his family.
Yeah. We'll move on, but I want to put this back up again. Again, folks. Again, and I'll put it in the description later because what you were just talking about. I always talk about kind of that domino effect, right? So yeah, unfortunately, this happened with Marshawn, but yeah, his girlfriend, his extended family, his teammates,
Mm-hmm.
his agent, right? I mean, just everyone, us, third person
Yeah.
removed that are caring individuals thinking about the situation and who it affected and what's going on. So, um,
On the side note, I hope this is a stepping stone for the Cowboys in particular and the NFL as a whole
yeah,
to really start doing a deep dive into mental health. Like, they have and it's not like they don't have the resources. They do.
right,
They do.
they do,
It happened with Junior a long time ago. They blamed it on the CTE. That was their blame, right? That was their point of fingers,
right,
CTE issue. Well, now we're getting into things, and we're getting into another generation that's going through a whole lot different. The social media generation, a lot more pressure, a lot more eyes on them. They're under a microscope 24/7. I hope the NFL figures out a way to kind of curb it and make sure they pay the right attention to the people that really need it. That's involved in their profession, and hopefully it sprinkles in there everywhere else.
Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. It's a damn shame to be honest with you. And if there's silver line, I don't know if there is, but again, at least the conversation is happening. Before you came on, I was making a statement. And I don't know if it was fair or not to say it, but it's not. This story isn't nowhere near the top of anyone's um,
He'll be a forgotten
blog
story.
or webpage.
He'll be a small article 2 weeks from now. No one they won't remember. Maybe the Cowboys will play honor to him in the game with a moment of silence. Maybe the whole NFL will, and then it'll be forgotten. Everybody go back to playing fantasy football and doing everything else, forgetting about this was somebody's child,
Hmm.
possibly somebody's dad, right? Someone's loved one, someone that cared about him. Man, it's we have such a short term memory when it comes to these types of things, and people don't pay enough respect for the 24 years he was on this earth, and the people that he impacted and he touched. He was probably not only a great football player, but I'm assuming he probably was a pretty good person.
Yeah,
Somebody for their girlfriend to go. I mean, she was doing everything to make sure they tried to intervene, and it wasn't enough, for whatever he was going through. So I would hope the league would provide clinical psychiatrists or people that are in that field to be able to accurately diagnose people with the kind of syndrome, the kind of thing that he went through,
yeah,
to be able to either put them on meds or not put them on meds, or give them things to do, or give them situations where they can make sure they calm themselves down when they're going through these episodes, and kind of just diffuse the situation so no one gets hurt,
yeah,
like so nobody gets hurt. Remember, man, the prisons is full of people with mental health issues. They are.
yeah,
They just didn't take their lives, but they did something that was detrimental to them because they got mental health issues. This is something, man, we need to address, and especially in our community. I can't speak for everybody else, but in
hmm
the Black community, it's shunned up. We really don't talk about it. No one talks about it at all. You know, you get bashed if you go to a site. Man, you going to a psychiatrist?
yeah. What's wrong with
You
you?
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, we almost mock. They mock you for doing it, which is something now that we're seeing. It's more and more prevalent in our community. We've seen a lot more athletes. We've seen the basketball player, I forgot his name. They used to play with LeBron James that is now homeless. Light skinned
yeah,
brother, I forgot his name,
yeah,
played for
yeah.
the Down. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about him.
Yeah, out there on
Now
the
we see
street. Yeah,
this. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, just because they play sports doesn't mean that they don't have these types of issues that need to be addressed or attended to. So, man, like I said, again, my prayers go out to him and his family. I can't say I wish them the best. I just hope they can heal from this and figure out a way to move on.
Yeah. Hey, grown men should be talking about this stuff. How about that? Grown men should be talking about that. These are the conversations that matter. And if you take anything from tonight's show, folks, reach out, text somebody.
But I would like, man, young people need to talk about it more than we do because they can associate with each
Yeah.
other. It needs to be able to have a conversation with them. They
Yeah.
need to be able to understand, hey man, that post was nothing. Don't whatever the conversation is, they need to have that with them and start to get into that habit of checking on your friends as young as they get older, right? So I think grown folks need to be talking about it to educate the young to be able to. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to have those conversations. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
even okay to feel that way. You feel overwhelmed? Absolutely. We know how it feels. We know how you feel. Let me kind of guide you to deal with it. And if you can't deal with it, let's get you some help to help you be able to deal with it.
Make it plain, brother. Make it plain. All right. Man. You see why I didn't want to start without you because I wanted to have the back and forth and have the dialogue because it matters. So again that's how we wanted to start, and we wanted to have that conversation. Back to a kind of a mental health situation that hasn't gone to the extent of Marshawn yet, but today, um,
Mm-mm-mm.
Antonio Brown. We've seen this brother deteriorate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've seen him go from the best wide receiver in the National Football League. He was number one.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him go for that to where he is now. He was recently, as of today, he was actually they went to Dubai, they found him, and they extradited him back to the United States. He's in New Jersey, and he is being held for the crime. I don't know if he actually did the shooting or not, but he was involved in a shooting in Miami a little while ago. So he's being held on charges due to that particular situation that was had. Um, it was at a boxing event, I believe. Right? He was
Mm-hmm.
there at a boxing event. They got to arguing, they got to fighting, unfortunately got to shooting, and Antonio Brown was in the midst of that. Why he went to Dubai and decided that he wanted to remove himself because he's got nothing else going on. That's his business, but whatever. But he's back in the States and he's back facing charges on that. This again, we if there's a textbook case of can we get in front of somebody before anything else negative happens, and Antonio Brown is someone that needs someone to wrap their arms around.
Yeah. He's he's what you call spiraling out of control or
Fast,
spiral out of control.
fast.
Fact. I mean, you went from, like you said, being the number one receiver in NFL all the way to now being someone that's possibly going to be arrested for, shooting in the crowd. They can charge you with attempted murder at that point. Um, and he's ran through a lot of his money
Mm-hmm.
already. Um, I don't know his situation. I mean, but we called it like 2 years ago. Like ever since he had that meltdown in the league and he threw his shirt off and threw all that
In
stuff
the
during
middle
the
of the game,
game.
I don't want to play no more.
And I would even say before then it was probably going bad when he was with the Raiders for that millisecond when he's talking about
Mm-hmm.
I can't play without a certain helmet.
Yeah.
And then so now the professionalism of playing the sport has went out the door. It's all about me, me, me. What can be done for me? And it just seems like it's been ugly ever since. That's the only pinpoint I could point in his career was like, man, things are just starting to go bad for him because even though he won a Super Bowl, look what he did with Tom Brady. Guy that brought him in, took him in, let him live with him, and then he, try to smear his
Yeah.
character
Talk
with his
madness about
wife,
him and his wife,
and
and
his
and
wife.
the GOAT, Tom Brady brings you in.
Yep.
Right.
Co-sign for you to bring you in. Co-sign like I want
Mm-hmm.
this guy to be on my team. It's just, man, and then from there there's off-field issues and trying to be a rapper and doing all these things, and he's gotten into several altercations with people
Yep.
outside. I don't I don't know what's going to take to shake him to like, hey, it's time to kind of straighten up. I mean, I hate to say this, and I really do hate to say this, but sometimes they say jail is good for some people, right? To calm
Mm.
them down. And it looks like that's where he's headed. And I don't wish that on anybody or any person, but for him and his antics and the things he kind of done, and it's always in the public eye. Maybe that might be a situation where it's gonna change his life for the right. Because as of right now, everything he's been doing it just seems bad after bad after bad after bad. And of course, sure, the brother does some good things. I just don't tell what I read and what I see.
Yeah.
But seems bad after bad. Decisions he's made have just been one bad decision after another, after another, after another, and something needs to shake him straight. So one, he doesn't run out of his money. Two, so he can get his life back together and do the things right. And then three, never be in this situation again. Live the life of a citizen, a good law-abiding citizen, just doing his thing, got a little bit of money, and right off into the sunset, man, like he's supposed to. Um, I, I don't know, but I do believe he has some type of mental health
Yeah.
dilemma going on.
Look, I don't have any degree in that field. My degree is
Mm-hmm.
in business and technology, but again, I'm an expert online on the internet, and if I can call this one Antonio Brown again, he just needs someone to wrap their arms around him, and some good people to wrap their arms around him and help him, because if he gets found guilty of this, maximum 15 years sentence up to a $10,000 fine. The money's nothing, but 15
Yeah,
years maximum in jail.
but see the thing with him though, the partners with him, it seems like some good people have tried to wrap their arms. I mean, Tom Brady seems like he tried
Okay.
to wrap his
Okay.
arms around him and bring
Yeah.
him in. He just sabotages the situation.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. And Antonio Brown, the football player, 5 stars, great. It seems like Antonio Brown, the person, minus five
Mm.
stars.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
he's just out of control, man. And he's the person we should be able to idolize, and he should be able to get back to the community and do a lot of things. Man, and maybe that's not his thing, but I'm saying he should be somebody our young kids should be able to look up to, because he did it to the best,
It's true.
right? He did it to the best. I hate to see our fallen stars fall so far down the cliff. They shouldn't fall like that. They should be admired and marveled and be able to give feedback so the next kid that's going to be the superstar, they can be marveled and idolized and know how to do it the right way. Unfortunately, he hasn't been that person. He hasn't been that role model that we need him to be.
I don't bet much anymore, but I never did bet him. But I just, if I did, I just don't know if it's going to end well for Mr. Brown. I want to be wrong on that. I really want
And
to
you
be
know the
wrong
cold
on that.
part? You know the cold part? Nobody cares. That's the cold part. Nobody
Mm.
cares. Are
Mm.
you gonna lose any sleep because Antonio Brown goes to jail? No, neither will I. And I don't
Yeah.
think a lot of people care. That is sad to me. That's so sad, and that's bad on my part. But it's true. It's just the honest, being the brutal, honest truth. No one cares no more. He's not in the limelight no more. He's been removed from football for I don't know 5 or 6 years. No
Yeah.
one cares he's a rapper. No one cares. The only people that care are the people probably just leeching off of him. Those are the people that supposedly care, but they really don't care. So you got to think, man. Imagine being in his shoes, going through some things,
Got to be pretty lonely. Yeah.
and nobody. I'm lonely. I'm very lonely, and I substitute that lonely with alcohol, drugs, and women. And now I'm in this situation. I've always been a tough guy because I play football. I'm not gonna let nobody cross me because that's just my demeanor, how I was raised. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect me or what I think is disrespect. So I'm not gonna let nobody do this. It's probably where I ran into this gun situation.
Yeah.
And now I'm in this situation and nobody cares. You think you lonely now? You're gonna be the loneliest you've ever been now in your life, and you have to figure out a way to deal with those demons by yourself.
Mm.
And there will be nothing to substitute or nothing to aid you through that, or nothing to get you through that. It's gonna be by yourself in that cell, man. And that's even a lonelier place he's gonna be than he is right now, I think.
Put it back on the screen again. Right. If you lonely, if you emotional distress, reach out to somebody. Just reach out to someone. That you're right. There have been. I have to correct myself. You're right. There have been quality folks that have tried to reach out to
Mm-hmm.
Antonio and try to get him on the right path, and Unfortunately, it seems like it hasn't worked, but he's back. We'll see how this goes. We will continue to follow the story and see what comes of it. But extradited from Dubai, he's back in the United States and will face
Face trial.
justice for this
Yeah.
situation. So we'll see how that all works out. Hey, man, good Lord have mercy. Pride is a hard thing to swallow, Marvin says. Pride
We
is a
we over 2 on this show.
got
Bad choices.
Hey,
Man, dang.
but you know
Woo.
what? I got one at the end
Okay,
that
okay.
that's gonna lighten it. So because I knew
I'm
we were
moving.
gonna go deep in the valley, so I got one at the end that's gonna be a little bit
Hmm.
highlighted. Uh, WNBA, brother. Why won't they pay?
They
First of all, why won't they pay my ladies, man? They need to pay my ladies.
um they do need to pay them more than
Yeah,
what they're getting now. I agree with that,
yeah.
but they're fighting for the whole enchilada, and they're not gonna get the whole enchilada. They're not.
And
Let's just be
because they
real.
leaving now, right? So
Well,
love the WNBA. We both turn each other on to it. We both know more players in the WNBA than any other sport probably right now. We know what's jumping off there, but Lord have mercy, folks. If y'all don't know, there's a new league, not unrivaled. That's one league, but it's called Project B.
mhm.
That is now starting to grab superstars from the WNBA and it's providing them with a better salary. It's providing them with equity in the league.
Yeah,
And
this is the backup plan. This is it's titled right Plan
that's why it's
B.
called Project B.
If
Yeah,
if the, if the, if the WNBA gets their stuff together, this league won't exist. It won't. It won't happen. It won't happen. I don't think. I think this is to subsidize their income because they don't have any income coming in if they go on strike. And if people don't know it, they're prepared to go on strike. They're getting ready to prepare to go on strike, so they won't have any games this season or most of the season, due to the fact that there's contract negotiations. The players want equal equity and profit sharing within what's going on. No one wants to give them. I see some of our fans are turning their head to WNBA, but I'm telling you, you guys got to get on point, man. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay.
yeah.
I was having a conversation with somebody there. It was like, oh, I can't stand the WNBA. I don't know why. It's here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
It is here to stay because it's a very good product if you take the time to kind of just watch it and believe in it. And it's gonna take off. I'm telling you, the moment you know it's gonna take off, as soon as fantasy gets involved with WNBA,
Oh
fantasy
my God.
basketball, but
It's
it's
a wrap.
WNBA,
It's a
it's about
wrap.
to be a wrap. As soon as that gambling piece kind of can pick it up, and go, it's about to be a wrap. And I wish I knew whoever's going to do it first because I'm going to invest some stock in them big time
What do you
because
say?
I think that's
Prize
going,
picks. Watch
man,
out.
it's going to take off, man. And I think once that happens, now we're in a whole different stratosphere. They're going to give him more money than they are now. But they look like they're prepared to go on strike. This is another alternative lead to subsidize the income. Some of the players are investing in it as well, so they're player owners. They will be involved in it as well. I think it's a great thing to subsidize it. I'm glad they have a plan B, not to shut down and still get their money and still be able to attract fans because they're carrying the momentum that's going on from the WNBA. I think it's a great idea until WNBA gets their paperwork right.
If they don't, so I'm gonna read this right here. So, what is Project B? It's led by Skype co-founder Jeff Prentice. Skype co-founder, he got a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and former Facebook executive Grady Burnett. Former
A
Facebook
lot of money.
executive, he got a lot of money.
Money.
So they plan to begin playing in Europe and Asia in November of 2026 and
Mm-hmm.
play through April 2027. So
Right when the WNBA starts. Yeah, yeah.
right with the WNBA. So they've got it laid out to where listen, we're gonna let y'all come in, we're gonna start this new league, we're gonna give you a higher salary, we're gonna give you some equity. They are not going to be directly competing with the WNBA because of the schedule, but
But they will, because if it
it
crosses over, you got to think.
that's where I
If
want to
it,
go. There you
yeah, yeah,
right.
it's going. That's that fluff to say, hey, WBL, we know we ain't got enough money to match you right now, but if this takes off, we're gonna have more than enough money to match you, and we're gonna go ahead and cross into that schedule. That's words of fluff. I get it, and I understand because it's part of business they have to do in this big nature of entertainment. But do not think for 1 minute that those two men are saying, hey, if we can get just a few big names and
Man.
get them to invest in this and go, we can do everything. We can make up For all the things the WA is not doing, we're going to be able to do them in this league and make ours more attractive. It's just like the ABA and the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
ABA was more powerful, remember, back in the day than the NBA. They actually say the ABA saved the NBA. But the NBA structure was so much better than what the ABA was doing.
Truth.
That's what we see today. And it dissolved the ABA. NBA dissolved the ABA. It could be the same thing. They can make this league so much better, but the WNBA structure is so much dynamic. It's so dynamic right now, because it's piggybacking off the NBA. But I know these guys are saying, "Hey, if we can make this thing hot,
Ooh.
business is business, baby. You can rock with it."
Dollars and cents are really gonna be part of the. So we putting it out there. This is real early on, but
I'm
star
telling you,
players.
if they're smart, if they got that brain power, bust it down with that fantasy. Every little girl that's interested in basketball would be playing that fantasy,
Yeah.
saying their favorite players, even if it's just for fun. Yahoo changed the game when they did fantasy, right? Now big money involved in fantasy,
Yeah.
but they changed the game when we used to play for free. It's just playing. You start a league, draft the players, and you play and you watch every day. You watch stats, you get to know them. WMA haven't gotten that far yet, but as soon as it does, bro, it's on point. If this other league can piggyback that and do that, it's about to be a game changer. Because now you can follow your favorite players, advertisement, everything that fantasy does right now, they can do it for the girls basketball, and it will be a monster.
Heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Montell Allen
And if
said
you
it.
take my idea, I'm suing you because it's gonna be on tape. I want my
Wait,
percentage too. Let's go.
we putting to trademark that right now, ladies and gentlemen, here in November, early November the 6th, 2025. But
Yeah,
so there we go. There's a story, Project B.
yeah, yeah. Good luck to them though. Good luck for Project B. I
Yeah.
hope it works itself out. But I hope the WNBA gets their paperwork together, get everybody straight.
I mean, the commissioner needs to get back on good graces with a lot of the key players. She needs to sit down and have that conversation because that kind of fell apart near the end of the season. But
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll see how it works out. We got a couple other things. What you want to talk about, man? We got a gang of folks coming from all different types of locations. What was it? University of New Orleans. Master P out
Man,
there getting
that's
his
a great
win.
story, man. He goes from versus to winning that to surprising everybody with No Limit. I think beat Cash Money in the verses. And then he goes to being the director of player personnel or general manager of the University of New Orleans, and they got their first win, opening game, and they haven't been very good lately, but he's doing some dynamic things, throwing some money in the program, attracting some new talent there. Man, I just think, Masterpiece is whatever he touches, man, it just seems to
Because
breed
I didn't
success.
think. So I will say this: I didn't think he was going to succeed in the verses, but I was wrong.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
say I was wrong. I thought, but Master P,
I
made him
thought
say,
Cash Money has more. I mean, for our hip hop heads that's out there, I thought Cash Money has more hits or more impact hits that at least I listened to than No Limit. But No Limit stage performance was just that much better than them. It seems like that lean and got to them cats, man. All that lean they've been taking and all that, man, it did tore up their performance, man. I don't know what's up with all that, but Masterpiece
Y'all
showed he
go
can
look
do
at
it,
it.
man.
Y'all go look at the video, and you will see why it was
Yeah,
undeniable. Master P had him out there saying, but
brother's
celebrating with
energy
his
was
squad.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's
And
up.
that's the cool. I mean, the brother's giving back to the educational part,
Yeah.
being the GM, doing his thing, attracted to his city, the college, this college city. I mean, lo and behold, if it's a story, and we said first, lo and behold, if they make it to the tournament, if
Oof.
they make it to the tournament this year, man, what kind of story is that? From hip hop mogul to now being a GM of a basketball team that's gonna make it to the NCAA tournament. Man, the brothers is doing it good. And I'm not a big Master P fan. I'm not a big fan of his music, but I
Mhm.
am a big fan of his business etiquette. The brothers
Yeah.
is good. What he
Yeah.
does.
I liken his business etiquette to what someone like Shaq is doing. Because Shaq is, and Mike Bibby over here in Sacramento doing their thing. They got their first win under Mike Bibby, and
Yeah.
and Shaq. But they built new practice facility. They did all that. When you got someone with some business mind behind them, this is what you get. You get wins, you get accolades, you get to douse the coach with the Gatorade bottle. You just it's all
Yeah,
good
you get.
things.
I mean, I think it's great they get to live out their passion, right? He gets to
Yeah.
live. Master P. People don't know he wanted to be a basketball player. He even
Yep.
made the practice squad for WNBA. So
Yeah.
I think now at this stage of his life, he gets to live this stage of his life is probably his dream. He's running a basketball team, whether it's college or pro. He's running a basketball team, and they just got their first win. I mean, I think that's a celebration within itself.
In his
Um,
hometown,
in
at the
his
University of
hometown,
New Orleans. So not even just
at the
anywhere
nerve.
else removed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it all aligned for the brother. It's aligning in a straight, great line for him. So I wish him nothing but the best. That's gonna make me watch a little bit when they come on TV, and then make me keep
Yeah.
a watch for eye to see what they're doing. But I mean, man, that's just to me. It's just cool. That's a cool story. That's
Yeah.
just a cool story.
Well, hopefully I can watch it, but because see, I got YouTube TV,
Man, I'm
and
about to cut them off, bro. They don't bring my sports back. They about to
you see
get
what I'm
axed.
saying? Right now, my Disney and my ESPN are missing.
I
I
was
don't.
hot when I read that, man.
Man, I can't watch that. I'm trying to steal it or sneak in. So I'm asking the kids, do they have like a Disney Plus account? I don't know
I'm
what I
hot,
don't watch
man.
a lot
And
of
even though
TV anyway.
and
But
you kind of caught it because if you do Disney Plus, you don't got live TV, so I can't watch it. It's I hate the game they playing, man. Just I might just go back to regular old cable, man. I don't know
I'm about
what to
to
do
call
now.
up Comcast. Shouts out to Xfinity because this man, I forget
It's
I was
hard
trying to
out here,
cut the
man.
cord, but yeah, man, I don't have my channels. I only watch a
Yeah.
handful of them. All right, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man. I only watch. I only watch ESPN. Pretty much ABC. I watch it with a couple good shows is on, but
Yeah,
otherwise that everything else is redundant. So the one thing I can count on is watching sports. So I can watch the Sports Center or watch something, and that FS1 just ain't doing it for me, bro. I
no,
can't.
man, I can't get down with them.
I can't. I
I
can't
can't get.
just do what they do. So I mean that man. I mean it looks like Drew Brees is going to replace Mark Sanchez now that he was just hired
So,
by Fox.
yep.
So that's good. I mean, unfortunately, what Mark Sanchez is going through with his legal things about with the older gentleman he had a confrontation with. Hopefully that can get resolved. But I don't think he's gonna get back in the game, man. I don't think they're
No,
gonna let him back in.
no,
We only get one chance. If Michael Irvin can't get back in the game, I don't think Mark Sanchez is gonna be able to get back in the game. Paul Pierce can't get back in the game. I don't think Mark Sanchez is gonna be able to get back in the game.
you
So
know, you can't be
I
out
don't
there
know.
fighting old dudes and think you're gonna get back in front of national TV cameras.
You can't be a person of color doing that. Let's be very specific. You can't be a person of color doing that because Ryan Leaf then went to jail and he still got him
Oh,
a show
oh
talking
my
about college
God.
football.
Oh,
So
you naming
don't
names.
some are able to get back in the game, but people of color cannot get back in the game if they make a big mistake like this. Just hey
Facts.
man, just keep it honest, keep it
It's
real.
100% right there. All right.
Yeah,
Last story. I'm looking at the comments, seeing what's going on. Mara say stay away from Russia. Yeah, with the Project B.
yeah.
Uh,
But Griner ain't going on tour again. Griner
she,
ain't. She ain't going. She ain't going on Project B. She's staying
but
domestic. I know that one.
she not getting on nobody's plane if she don't have to.
Mhm. Yeah.
She just gonna stay right here in the United States. She not no carry on luggage, no check luggage, because Brittany Griner
Oh
just stay home. Just stay
man,
home.
we forgot to talk about Tony Allen getting arrested, man. The
Yeah,
NBA.
you know what? I had that story somewhere, but yeah, Tony Allen got a man. What? He's still playing. Well,
No, he's
he
retired. He's retired, but I mean, the fact of the matter, I mean, he had his podcast that's jumping off that was pretty
that's
good,
right.
I
Yeah.
think. And to be caught, driving with drugs and with drugs and alcohol, man. I don't know why these brothers don't take Uber or have somebody drive for them. I mean, when you're gonna go on a trip, you need to have somebody driving for you where they ain't gonna be incapacitated, where you can go ahead and relax in the back. I don't. It's just funny. I don't understand. This is funny to me, man. And I was thinking about this the other day. When's the last time you seen a white athlete get caught up in a situation like that? I'll wait.
I'm trying to think because I mean, so with Tony Allen, it was meth. Which
I'm
first of
saying
all,
When's the last time you found a white athlete get caught up
Yeah.
in a situation where they're having drugs and alcohol in the car and getting popped?
Yeah.
We
My
don't
mental
hear it.
capacity don't go back that far, and it's at least
Exactly.
it's not CBS breaking news like
So
like these are.
why are we not following our counterparts and doing the right thing and doing it like that? Because I know they drink and take drugs. That's not
Yeah.
like it's not like that's only black athletes doing it. White athletes do it too. But why aren't they in the same situation? And to me, it's because we're not. I think they take a little bit more precautionary to have a driver, to have somebody with them that's not going to be in that situation. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can come with, right? And if they're getting busted, somehow stays out of the TV. And if they whatever they're doing to keep it out of TV, we need to do the same thing to keep it out of TV.
Keep
So
it
we
off
need to
front
take
page news.
some lesson from what they're doing in order not to do it. And I don't mean maybe a racial thing, but I'm just saying. I mean, I just it's hard for me not to say it. When's the last time you've seen a white athlete get busted in that situation?
I'm still sitting here trying to think. I don't know.
Matter of fact,
Right?
let's be real. When's the last time you heard of a white professional athlete getting in any trouble besides the baseball dude that got in that fight and Ben Roethlisberger? I can't think of no other. The dude that beat it, I mean the one in Seattle, the football player, but we ain't heard nothing about that since.
Haven't heard anything about that case since we talked about it a long time ago.
So tell me, when's the last time a white athlete you heard about getting in trouble? Professional athlete.
Barbara says, "What about that massage incident? Which one?" So only massage incident I can think about was with DeSean.
No. The kicker. The kicker was in it too.
Oh,
Remember
that's
the
right.
kicker?
Okay, that
I mean, okay. He fondled the woman. So okay, that's one.
yeah,
Compared to how many we got. I
yeah.
appreciate that, Marvin. You named the one.
Marvin over
I
there
can't
doing
think of
his
no others.
research, breaking
And let's
them.
think about it. The kicker that the situation with that kicker, they came to his defense. A lot of people came to his defense.
And nobody coming to Tony Allen's defense.
Nobody's came to Tony Allen's. No one's come to Mark Sanchez, Latino. Nobody's came to any of these guys' defense. Matter of fact, like I said, how are they staying out of that situation and we're not? Because they all partake in the same thing.
I don't know if
They all
it's a
partake.
I don't know if it's a pride thing. I don't know if it's again just being smarter about again having someone around. You know, because we always hear about the job getting in trouble for doing whatever.
Yeah.
Now we
So
got
you mean to tell me
Tony.
there's no white basketball player that carries a gun?
Yeah,
You mean to tell me that there's no white player that carries a gun? I find that very hard to believe.
yeah.
You mean to tell me there's no white basketball player that doesn't drink and smoke and talk to women? I find that hard to believe. So tell me how they are able to stay out of the limelight and not get caught in those situations, and we're always in those situations.
I was
I
just
really
you
want
were
to.
talking about that. I was just thinking about the coach who now coaches for the Rockets. Right. Remember he had the affair.
Yeah.
So I mean
So you mean to tell me
that brother right there. But
he's the only basketball coach and the executives ever gotten to an affair?
yeah, because the only thing that I can think about even before then, he wasn't even a coach, but I was thinking about when the announcer was out there biting women
Oh, you
in the
talking about
hotel.
the bit the girls? I know you talking
Yeah,
about
but
back in
again,
the day.
that
That's
was
way back in the
decades ago, right? So
day.
again,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
go
what I'm
back in
talking
my
about.
mind that far back.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to go that far back in our Rolodex
Wow.
to have a situation like that. I mean, but besides the fact that maybe Urban Meyer was flirting with somebody at a bar, that's about the extent that we get to their situations,
Yeah,
right? But yeah, we got the guy on Michigan State. He supposedly did all these sexual assaults and all these things and made all these very improper things to a staff member,
yeah,
which I don't think he did it or I don't know what he
yeah.
did, but I'm saying why, again, how are they able to navigate through this social media world without being caught on anything, and we can't?
I don't have that answer. I know the ratios are off too, right? Because I know there's more of us than there are them, right? So I mean,
Not necessarily.
I'll put that out there, but
Not that baseball. No, if you count all the sports, baseball, hockey, we count the four major sports. No, they're not. So you mean to tell me no hockey player is doing nothing crazy? You mean to tell me there's no
tell
basketball?
them,
I'm
brother.
just saying, man. People. What I'm saying is, look at the optics. The optics are really, to me, are very skewed, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Because a professional athlete is a professional athlete. You mean to tell me no white professional athletes get in domestic violence situations with their wives? I believe so. I
Mm-hmm.
believe they do, but why is theirs never in the media and ours is? Why is they're never caught drunk driving and we are? Why are they never caught with drugs and we are? They all protecting the same activities, all of them. Yeah, that's right. Your favorite player snorts and drinks and
Mm-hmm.
chasing around
Mm-hmm.
women like everybody else. They do. So
This is
why are they able to navigate through it and we're not able to? Why are we the
yeah.
only ones smuggling drugs across the county line when there's no white player that's ever done that's been caught? So there's to me, I want people to think about that. Like really think about the options that they're showing us because again, why? Why have none of them been on the main media? And I'm talking about how come the ESPNs and the TMZs don't call them out?
Never. I go to the TMZ website right now, and it'll just be Tony Allen, Marshawn Kneeland, Antonio Brown. Hey,
I don't understand it.
you getting the acknowledgement and the accolades for keeping it real, right from the audience, and that it shouldn't be like that. And again,
It
everyone is protected and doing the same thing, right? Protecting themselves, trying to protect themselves. But again, why is it that when even though we're probably at a higher ratio for some of these things, I'm thinking like football, right? I just bring that one up just because that one was at the top of my mind. But
but
still,
I mean, okay, let's just pause. Let's even think about it. Let's talk about another one.
yeah.
You mean to tell me that Chauncey Billups and all them are the only guys that's involved in gambling?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me there was no white basketball players ever involved in some fixed poker games and nothing like that? So the mob who's supposed to be involved just happened to approach three blacks and say, "Hey, let's fix these games." You mean to tell me there was no white players ever involved in this situation or done with it? I don't understand why they're never part of that narrative. It's somehow that's easily avoided out of that narrative, and if they are part of that narrative, we never hear about it in the media. And Stephen A. Smith is supposed to be this guy. I tell it like it is. Well, then tell it like it is. How come we never hear about those things?
He's got the platform.
Because you got the platform. How come you ain't
Hmm.
calling them out? You'll call Jerry Jones out and laugh about it because he's a billionaire. You know he ain't doing nothing. But you won't call about how come there's not a lack of black ownership in the league. How come we can't talk about? I mean, the optics man is just it's disturbing to me because, like I said, they all partake in the same activity. Uh, Cooper Cup and all them go to the same club that everybody else go to. Uh, the Flag, Colin Flag, or what is Cooper Flag, goes to the same club that all the rest of the basketball players go to. He chasing women just like all the rest of them.
Yep. Yep.
He partaking in everything like all the rest of them. But yet they somehow stay in the shadows when things go dark, and we can't.
They get sneaked
So
out the back door, right before everything starts
yeah,
jumping off.
or
You
when
know,
it
let
does jump off, yeah, we isolate you. You're not going to be caught up in this stuff, these things like that. So I'm just saying, man, the optics are really disturbing, and I don't see. We're quick to watch TMZ and we're quick to watch ESPN. We're quick to watch these things, but they never tell the whole story about the other side of that situation being bad. I find it very hard to believe that every white athlete is just that responsible. Every white coach is that responsible. Every white administrator is just that responsible. But yet a CEO can get busted dancing with his
oh
woman
my goodness.
at a concert. So he ain't smart enough to avoid it, but they are. Come on, man. Like let's just tell us the whole story.
So learning moment. What's the moral of this? Okay, again, what's the actionable thing from this?
The
Who?
more of this is like I can't stand us being painted in the black in a dark space all the
Uh,
time.
yeah.
We're always painted in a dark space. Our athletes is always deemed as criminals. Our athletes are always deemed when they speak up, they're uncompliant. We've got they paint this picture of us all the time in a negative light. I want the light should be spread on everybody that's doing bad, not just us.
I wonder if that'll ever happen until we actually have more ownership. Right? If we're not owning the programming, if we're not owning the station, if we're not owning the team, I'm just throwing it out there, wondering,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no. I think
If
that's
we're not
that's
sitting at that table,
that's perfectly right. But then how come BET, who's owned by Viacom, so they're never gonna let those stories
mm,
out. So you're absolutely right. So even the shows that are African American are not gonna let the Pandora box open about those things. Because I'm finding it very very hard to believe that Even when it is a dark story on them, like the scandal with the basketball refs and all that stuff back in the day,
Yeah.
it came and gone very, very fast. I'm interested to see this probe they're doing about basketball right now to see who's on there about this illegal gambling. I want to see what faces all show up on that.
Hmm.
Because I would
Well,
find it very hard to believe that only black athletes are
that is
throwing
just
big.
Chauncey, right? Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
is
I mean,
just
come on,
Chauncey.
man. Like, poor is poor. Poor white player playing on the team. Somebody offered $10,000 just to instead of making 25 points, make 20 points. First of all, that economically makes sense. Just let me just make 20 and we still gonna win, and no one's gonna know. We just don't cover the spread. It only affects Vegas. It doesn't affect anything else. So you mean tell me only black players are doing that? Come on, man. Like, for me, keep it all the way, or don't keep it at all. Don't tell me half the story. Tell me the whole story. And like this Chauncey Billups thing it kind of bothered me. It's like, really, like, they're the only ones
Mm-hmm.
that did it, and they was talking about, well, there's more names coming out. Well, where's the more names? It don't take the FBI to release anything. Where's the names at?
Who you protecting and why you protect them? What's taking so long?
It's taking
All
so
right, no,
long.
I hear you, man. I wish I had an answer for you. I really do, but I think it's
Ponder on that and get back to me next week.
I'm gonna meditate on that. Yeah, next time I get on a plane, which is obviously gonna be soon for me, I'm gonna meditate on that and figure something out. And folks in the comments, y'all either live or in the replay, chime in when you see this part right here. Again, your thoughts. Why is there such a disparity in terms of
Negative
who
news.
who gets
The
caught up
negative.
in the news? Who gets caught up
Yeah,
in the news? I get tired of. I really do. And you know it. I get tired of seeing the news.
man. I'm
Because
just.
there's always
You
us.
don't have to agree. People don't have to agree with me, but I'm just speaking my truth, man. I
Yeah.
can't call it for anybody
That's
else.
what
I'm just
that's
saying.
what we do. That's all do. It was all white players in the poker game cheating. It was all white players in the poker game cheating. What poker? No, what's happening with you, John? John coming through for 2 shows. Man, I appreciate you, brother. No, this is the Chauncey Billup thing, right? We
Yeah.
trying to figure out the other
Why are they
names
the
on the
poster child?
list. We we
Yeah. Why
want
are
we
they the
want the
poster
Epstein
child?
files.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I just want just talk. Like I said, the ESPNs of the world and the TMZs of the world, because they're mainly the culprits that do all this.
Yeah.
Because they're always, I can't believe they can't seek Caucasian players or athletes that do wrong as well. We never see it. I refuse to
Or
believe
just
it.
anybody else, right? Just anybody else.
I mean, they did the Mark Sanchez thing, which we get. Okay, fine. You got Latino, but I'm saying every story that has a negative content to it has an African American tie to it, and under sports
Ladies and gentlemen, it can't just be these three. it,
can't be,
it can't just be these three.
can't
No.
be. I
We
just refuse. I refuse. It can't be the only African American players get busted drunk driving. It can't be the only African American player going across state lines with paraphernalia and alcohol. It can't be.
Mhm.
There's no
Well,
way.
here it is, right? I mean, key facts: more than 30 individuals were charged. We only see three. I want to see
Yes,
the other 27.
other
We just want to
27.
see the other 27. Don't just put Chauncey. Don't just put these three brothers out there, uh, Terry and Damon.
Yeah, I
As
mean,
you said, the
come on, man.
scapegoats or the poster childs for this whole
Yeah,
situation. I
yeah.
want to see the other 27.
See the other 27. Let's get the optics on them. Let's get the optics of any of them other professional athletes. Is there any of them, in that situation? I mean, I, man, I find it hard to believe that
Mm.
that it seems like we're the only one that does illegal activity detrimental to their sport. I refuse to believe that. So
Mhm.
show me
And
the optic. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe okay, and I'm not trying to placate it or anything, but these may be the bigger names. We may not.
So
Well, but again, we don't know that. But then that's still regardless. I'm thinking out
yeah,
loud. But
yeah,
again,
yeah. I mean,
you got a Terry Rozier, you got a
r-
Chauncey Billups. Oh, these are big
cool,
names
cool.
in the industry
You
in
know,
the league.
what do they do when they do those other ones? They show the big three this Sunday, and they show a bunch of little thumbnails of all the other people culprits that are involved.
Yeah.
They haven't showed us anybody that's involved in this here. We know Epstein was in charge of the island, but we don't see nobody else that was on that list that was in there that has been charged with anything. It's in allegations, but no one's been charged. Bro, like, tell me who you in the media. If you, like I said, why you keep feeding us half stories? Give us the whole story. Give us some other optics of who are people that are involved. Quit making us the poster child of things that are negative within the sports. Because we are. Literally, we are. And I'm not excusing them. They should. Well, I wish they wouldn't do those behaviors, but you can't tell me there's no other people of other cultures or other races that aren't doing bad.
Gotcha.
They're never pushed to the forefront, but we are.
We gonna keep pressing for change. We gonna keep voting. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna say anything else. But hey,
I'm just saying the math ain't mathing, brother. The math is not mathing on that.
But our duty is to have this conversation. Because not enough people are, and I love the fact that we got a multicultural community and audience that's chiming in and saying kind of similar things. You know, we do want to see everyone that's involved help us understand, and that's kind of the conversation that we're having in our little environment. It's not the TMZs, it's not the ESPNs, it's not the Fox Sports, but
this
we
is the
can reach out
uncomfortable
to.
conversation nobody wants to have, though. This
Oh
is the
my God.
uncomfortable conversation about race and color and presentations no one wants to talk about. That's why I'm bringing it up. No one wants to have that uncomfortable conversation. It is a problem. It's a problem. So if you don't like it, don't tune into what we're talking about. But if you want to engage, please share your perspective because I'm enlighten me. Please enlighten me. I would love to be enlightened, and I would love to have a challenging discussion. I don't have a problem with any of that. But I'm saying the optics that we see on TV, that our kids see, the people we think that are role models, or people that are engaging in our community, the negative content when it comes to sports only shows the face of an African American. It very rarely shows the face of a Caucasian person.
Doors of the church are open, folks. If you want to come on screen and have the conversation, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring in some technology for folks who may not want to come on screen when we have these types of conversations, to where they can just come in audio, so that they can call into the show too. So maybe
Yeah,
someone
man.
want to cuss us out, and that's fine.
I'm
So
okay. I got thick skin, man. I mean,
yeah,
I ain't gonna break. I'm not gonna
we
break because of a difference of opinion. I think it's so, but I mean, I just want people when they watch sports or they watch the shows and like keep an eye out for that. Look at that.
yeah,
Understand where I'm coming from, and then challenge me. Please do. I don't have a problem. Challenge me.
I love that.
But I want people to pay attention to that because it's kind of bad. I'm sorry I went off on this tangent, but it kind of irked me when I knew that was one of the stories. And I wanted to talk about that before.
That's what we do, brother. That's what we do. So all right, we gonna wrap on a different note. We're gonna wrap on a different note. I'm over here taking notes so I don't forget to turn on some technology to allow folks to call into the show, because again I'll forget these things because that's what I do.
For real.
Let's see. Mar said before I go, they wanted a bigger piece of the pie, so the people in charge imploded it. What
That's
you talking
fine.
about? Oh,
He
okay.
talking about the Johnson didn't want the bigger piece of pie.
I had to get
I'm
okay.
okay with
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
I'm saying I want everybody that was getting the smaller piece of the pie to be their face to be up there too. I want them to be in the forefront as well. I want I want us to be able to have conversations like, man, I can't believe all those people were involved. I can't believe all those women were involved. I can't believe all like show me something else besides 3 African American men on there saying they ran this big old sting about cheating people out of poker. And you mean to tell me that there's no white corporates that ever done that, or no white people have ever cheated people, no white athletes has never cheated anybody out of poker? Come on, man. We learn from somebody.
Wow. Hey, Devin, put a nail in that one right there. we
So man, I mean, I hear you, Marvin, but I'm just saying, let's give me a different optics, man, instead of just us being in that negative light. I'm tired
Yeah,
of being in the negative light. We shouldn't have to be in a negative light.
all the time, all the time. I like appreciate that, and I also like what John was saying. You know, the white guys are scrubs. Scrubs don't make the headlines, but scrubs don't sell the papers. You know, that's an unfortunate truth, but I agree with him on that. And because we talked about it a few
I said
minutes ago.
no. That's BS. That's
Well, but hold on, but
That's
I'm
bull
saying
crap.
I agree with him on that, and we talked about it a minute ago. But you know, the 30 folks that are involved in this particular situation, why we only see 3, I want to see the other 27 because I want to see the other folks too.
So
So
you mean
so
to tell me? Four people from Stanford University got busted for rape. That's not profit. That's not profit. If there were 4 white guys, that's not gonna be headlines. If they don't, even if they don't start on the football team. 4 white guys from Cal Berkeley got 4 college players from Cal Berkeley got busted in the gambling sting. That's not gonna make headlines. Don't tell me because if they're small fries, they're not just gonna do it. It's the way you present the narrative, and the narrative they
Mm-hmm.
present is us in front in a negative content on every crime or every issue that goes on in these sports. Where I'm saying I know for a fact, and I can almost promise you there are Caucasian people that do the same thing, but for some reason they're never in the forefront. They're never the poster child of anything negative that's coming out on TV. And I'm saying TMZ and ESPN and Fox Sports and all these people do it on purpose. They'll do a little article maybe on ESPN, your phone, and it'll be a little article buried somewhere if there's something
Mm-hmm.
happens, but it's never in the forefront. That's the point I'm getting at. The optics do not make any sense to me because they only paint us in a negative light. They love to celebrate us when we're making a jump shot and let it crucify us when we do something wrong. That's real.
Yep. John over there picking it. He throwing salt and wounds over there. He throwing. I'm just throwing it out there.
I feel you. No, I'm not. I'm just, man. I'm like I said. I'm just tired of us being in the negative. And I hope people
Most
don't
definitely.
get mad on our show. But I mean, we got to be up. We can't be honest on here. Where we're gonna be honest at? I'm not.
This is our spot.
This is the place to be honest at. This is the barbershop of the podcast game. Us right here.
Oh shoot! This is okay. There we go. See, I'm getting that. We're gonna have some new merch soon. Hold on. See, let me write that down. I should be more technically advanced than just pen and paper. Actually,
Hey
paper
man, you
napkin.
gotta do what you gotta do. I'm with that. You
Let
do
me
what you
hold
gotta
on.
do.
Barbershop merch. God. All right.
Yeah.
Last story. We're gonna bring this plane in because I need to go eat, and I'm still suffering from jet lag. I still think it's 9 hours ahead. I think it's tomorrow. Uh,
Mhm.
it's a bad. This new story. It's kind of lighthearted, but it's a bad story for brothers. Especially for brothers in a particular situation, and I need your help on this because I'm not. I'm close to this situation, but I'm not gonna go to this level. Jaylen Brown needs to figure something out about his hair. Jaylen, this brother, right? He needs to just go ahead and let it go. Every time Jaylen gets on the court, he boxing people out. He's guard. He's trying to do his thing, and every time he makes a move, he's rubbing his hair dye on people's clothing. This is embarrassing. It's happened once. It's happened twice. I think it's happened 3 or 4 times.
I hope the brother gets an endorsement deal from whatever he wearing so they can get everybody to
See,
buy it, man.
I'm not gonna bring any
Man, come on,
video
bro.
up. I'm just gonna bring these images up because it's embarrassing for what's happening. This brother he had the braids. He had the big fro going for a while, and then he had the braids. Then he got real low, kind of like LeBron, right? And now he's just painting his hair with black paint. But you gotta let
I
that
mean,
dry or something.
so
Help me to
you saying
understand
the
this.
brother should just cut it off? Is that what you're saying? You think you should just cut it all the way off and go with it?
You see every time he plays, he's making he's leaving marks on people's clothing, and come on, brother, you can't be wiping your head on nobody like that, and
Man,
that's nasty.
what
That's
I'm
nasty.
saying, he need to get an endorsement deal wherever he's using. He should monetize that one, man. Leave your mark in the game.
It said
Leave
leave
your
your
mark in
mark.
the game, brother. Spray that on, man. I mean, yeah. I don't know what he's
Terrible.
doing. I mean, if it was me, I would just shave it all the way off and call it a day. But for whatever reason, he wants to do this. It's funny in the sense that
It's hilarious.
that it's happening. But I mean, it's not funny in the sense that he keeps getting caught. Right, the product ain't improving when he's sweating, so he needs to figure something out with that one. But that's pretty funny, man. I think that and I love
you
Jaylen, man. I
you
love
weren't
Jaylen
ready for
Brown.
that one. I know you weren't ready
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
one.
yeah. I
But
wasn't ready for
I
that
had
one,
to
man.
think something that completely light the mood right there. But Taylor, come on, brother. There's been too many stories lately of you losing your hair and your head, your enhancements. That's
Yeah.
what we call them at the
But just
barbershop, at the black
he
barbershop.
don't want to show nobody that spot, man. He don't want nobody to see that spot. Oh man, props to Jaylen Brown, man. Like I said, I hope he knocks out that endorsement deal for the spray can. So he all
I don't
good.
know. I don't know. There you go. I wanted to put that out there. We had some good conversation, brother. I'm gonna chop this up and I'm gonna share. I'm not gonna share with Stephen A. You know how I feel about him, but I'll share with I can't even share with the network because I don't have the channel anymore.
I mean, share. You can share whoever you want to. It's all good. It's gonna be out there live. I mean, before we go out though, man, give a big shout out to DeSean Jackson and Michael Vick for what they did, having their game up in the at the Philadelphia Stadium,
Yep.
raising I think $1 million for each school. Man, that was huge for HBCUs, for those former pros and former Eagles to do that. That was a
Yeah.
great thing. I hope more coaches could do that to bring light to one, not only HBCUs, but bring light to smaller programs, Division twos and Division threes, all those programs. Hopefully, somehow we get together and people support them to be able to bring that football to light to bigger stages. I think that was a great thing.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, check up on people for sure that are going through mental health issues. Check up on your loved ones, man. Just like I said, send them a text, send them a quick call. Ask somebody to ask somebody to ask somebody how they doing, and make sure they get the message so we can know what's going on. And man, let's put a frame around this mental health thing, and hopefully nobody else hurts anybody or lose their lives anymore. So say your prayers for them. And then, man, like we always say, man, get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations because that's how we learn.
We out.
Montell and James, bringing the heat, team no sleep, with champions meet, we're on the mic, taking over the game, no time for wrestlers, we're in it for fame. Talking sports, breaking it down from the court to the field, all around town, we stay up all night, grinding on the mic, bringing news, real stories on the fly. Montell's got the stats, James got the flow, together we're two and ready to blow, from NBA to NFL and the MLB, we got all the updates, yeah.